This recipe starts with 3 bananas. You're gonna wanna use spotty bananas if you can. So we're just gonna start by peeling our bananas. That one has a little brown spot, but that's okay. Just take that part off. Okay, peeling our bananas. So this is gonna be a healthy treat. As you guys probably know, I have a big sweet tooth, so I always like to have a little healthier sweet treat on hand. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna grab a fork and I'm just going to mash these bananas. So just taking my fork and mashing the bananas. This is a super easy recipe and it's so good. I know I said it's healthier, but it actually does not taste like the healthier version of this recipe. Just wait and see. Okay, this is about the consistency that we are looking for. That's a good arm workout to mash all those bananas. Next, I'm adding in 2 cups of oat flour and I put them into a blender, blended them until they are like a flour consistency. So this is 2 cups oats blended. So I'm gonna add that to my mixing bowl. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 eggs. Let's see if I can crack these one-handed. Woo, I did it. Next I'm adding in 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. A lot of you guys ask me what coconut sugar is. It's just an unrefined version of sugar. You can use it in place of sugar, 1-to-1. So I'm just gonna take a 1/2 cup of this. You can find coconut sugar at almost any grocery store. So I'm just gonna add this to my bowl. And now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using avocado oil, but another good option would be melted coconut oil. You could also use a good quality melted butter. It's another good, healthier option. You just wanna avoid any sort of vegetable oil. So now I'm gonna add some cinnamon, about a teaspoon or so, maybe a little bit more. Pinch of salt, nice, good pinch of salt there. And then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And that is it. Don't mind my oven preheating. It's preheating to 350. Actually, I'm gonna grab a whisk. But I was saying I love recipes where you just add everything to the bowl. You don't have to mix it a bunch of different times or mix the dry ingredients in one bowl and the wet ingredients in another bowl. I just feel like that takes so much time. It makes so much extra dishes. These are my favorite kind of recipes. So we are just mixing this all together. This is gonna be so good. Make sure you mix it nice and well. Because we are only using 1 mixing bowl, we wanna make sure there's no clumps of the oat flour or baking soda or anything like that. So give it a nice good mix. You could also just make these in the blender. I do that sometimes too. Okay, that looks perfect. Next, I'm going to add some chocolate chips. Just measure with your heart here. And then some walnuts as well. I've actually never added walnuts to this recipe before, but I think it might be a nice touch. So I'm just gonna kinda crush some of these up and add them to my bowl. All right, that looks good. Let's give it one more little mix. Okay, now I have a loaf pan and I just lined it with some parchment paper. I like to use these little chip clips to hold the parchment paper in place. That's a little hack for you. And I'm just gonna pour the batter right into the loaf pan. So if you can't tell by now, we are making healthy banana bread. It's gluten-free, dairy-free. So it's a healthier version of banana bread and the perfect healthier treat to keep on hand. I wanna make sure we are not skipping out on any of this batter. And you've been warned in advance, the batter is really good on its own too. I have been known to eat a solid amount of batter before actually baking it. All right, make sure you remove the chip clips before baking. And we are also going to add some extra chocolate chips on top here. This will make it look really pretty when it comes out of the oven. So just adding a few more chocolate chips on top. And then I'm also gonna add a few extra walnuts. Are you guys team walnuts in your banana bread or just regular chocolate chip? Or no chocolate chips? Let me know in the comments. Team walnuts, team chocolate chips, team walnuts and chocolate chips, or just regular? Comment below and let me know. All right, doesn't this look so pretty? All right, this is going to go into the oven for about 50-ish minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, into the oven it goes, and we'll see you in 50 minutes. All right, guys, our banana bread is ready. I am so excited. It smells so good. Look at how beautiful that turned out. It rises so perfectly. Cannot wait to dig into this. I'm just gonna let it cool and then we will dig in. All right, our banana bread has cooled a little bit, so I'm just going to lift it out of the loaf pan. That's why I love using parchment paper. Guys, look at how beautiful this banana bread turned out. All right, let's cut into it. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I like the center pieces the best. Let's keep cutting in. Look at how good. It's so fluffy, so moist. You would never guess that this is actually healthier. It's perfect. All right, guys, I'm not even gonna grab a plate because I am too excited to take a bite of this, so let's give it a taste test. It's so perfectly moist. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, low in sugar, and no one will ever guess that this is healthier. This is one of my most popular recipes. If you guys make it, you have to let me know what you think in the comments.